Hello, and thank you for joining me for my masterclass. My name is Charlyn Huss, and I welcome you. I am really happy that you're here. You're going to learn a little bit about me, but I already know something about you. You're here. You're at this event. You're in my masterclass. So you are definitely someone who is looking for ways to be the best version of yourself, which is what this is all about. This is what my life's work has been about. Picture this. Maybe this has happened to you. I'm sitting at my desk, and as I'm sitting working at my computer, I can feel a burning sensation up the back of my neck from my spine up into literally into my skull. And that's 20 minutes into an 8-hour day. When I feel like that, I don't really feel like going to the gym. Do you? Maybe it's the back that hurts. I grew up with scoliosis. I had pain in my back as a child. So I was not able to really play like other kids. And I discovered early that exercise helped me feel better. And I started curating those exercises. And I started doing what a lot of people start doing in their 30s and 40s when the pain starts to come on. I started doing it when I was 12. And even still, that was me sitting at my desk. I had back pain. I had overdeveloped muscles on the right side of my back. I had that burning sensation in my neck. I found it to be a really hard problem to solve. What happened for me was I started to realize the crushers as I looked around, the things that crush our confidence, that disable our ability to lead others in the effective way that we know we can, because we have a physical either limitation because of pain or because our confidence is destroyed because of the pain. So we don't make the choice to go and get better and better and better, and we're stuck in this loop. So there are those three crushers: your confidence, pain that may be stopping you, and your inability to actually be the leader and the person that you know you want to be in your life, professionally and personally. That was me. That was me after many years of searching. What I found over my lifetime was, after trying all different kinds of modalities, I found that Pilates made just about everything else better. I'm going to walk you through a little exercise. So I want you to come to the edge of your chair, and I'm going to give you something that is from my method and the way I teach, that now is part of what I teach with CoreSpring. And we're going to talk about CoreSpring in a minute. Sit at the edge of your chair. Just place your hands on your lap. I'm going to do a screen share here so you can see how you want to sit. So you're sitting at the edge of your chair. You don't have to close your eyes. Your hands are on your lap. You can have your heels lifted. You can have your heels down. Probably having them down makes you feel more grounded, but sometimes people like to press their toes into the floor, so you can do that too. I want you to just feel the breath. Pull your belly button up and in, sitting at the edge of a chair. And if you're driving, I really advise you to pull over if you're listening to this in audio while you're driving. Placing your hands on your lap, feeling the sit bones underneath you. Take your 4 fingers and place them on your sternum bone. And I'm going to stop the screen share so you can actually see what I'm doing here, because I think it helps. You're going to take your 4 fingers and just press them into your sternum bone. While you're sitting this way, when you press your fingers into your sternum bone, notice, does your core start to turn on? Do you feel your abdominals starting to fire? If you don't, just pull them upward and inward. Pull them upward and inward. Pull your belly button upward and toward your spine. Notice that you can probably feel your shoulder blades release as you do this. And it's a very gentle presser. You're just taking the pads of your fingers and pressing them into that sternum bone. So we know the sternum bone is the front of the body. We can feel that. We're touching it. We know where it is. But what about to your body? What is the sternum bone to your body? What is the sternum bone to your spine? The sternum bone is the front of your spine. as far as your body's concerned. And I'll tell you in what ways. Well, you just keep this gentle pressure. Think of your spine from the inside of the body. If it had eyes, what would it see? It would see the back of your sternum bone. It's like a mirror. And connected to that sternum bone are all of your ribs. So the ribs go from the sternum bone, hug around, wrap around, and attach to your spine. And they go all the way up into this part of your body. And only a few of them float down at the bottom and don't come all the way up to the sternum bone and attach. So to your body, your sternum bone is the front of your spine. And just thinking about that, just thinking that thought, it's not a doing, it's a being and it's an experiencing. Just take your hands back down to your lap and see how that may have changed how you're feeling in your body. Posture might feel a little more effortless. At least that's what I'm hoping. And that's what I've done for hundreds of people since I've been teaching CoreSpring. I didn't learn this concept in Pilates. This was something that doing the CoreSpring, using the CoreSpring method and doing and creating the CoreSpring exercises. This is what showed me that this sternum bone connection is really the missing link for posture. So we have the three crushers, right? The collapsing posture, the lack of confidence, and how that affects us. The four pillars of CoreSpring are alignment for tone, and we just experienced a little bit of that. And you can sit back in your chair regularly now if you want to. It was just 2 minutes of change to get more alignment so that you have more tone. Because when your body's in alignment, gravity is actually helping to shape those muscles. Breath for posture. I didn't really instruct you about breathing, but you could feel how the ribs expand and contract. And just notice that. Core connection. We definitely felt the core connection by pressing into the sternum bone and feeling that core lift up and activate. And balance in motion. So balance in motion takes the concept that we don't balance on one foot with our eyes closed, as we're often tested to do, or we're in a yoga class. And I was that person. Even after doing yoga from 12 years old, when I was 30, I still had to balance, had to hold on to a wall until I got more coordination in my body and less pain. I became 85, 95% pain-free with Pilates and other modalities. But Pilates was signature because it really helped guide how I could speak with my body. And it was a system and a method. So I was trained in that system and that method. And that system and that method informed the CoreSpring method and apparatus. So it's an offspring of Pilates, if you will. The CoreSpring has taken me to pain-free. And I'll tell you why. There are daily movements that you can make with CoreSpring that will greatly enhance those four pillars. And I'm going to do a screen share and show you really quick one of those movements. So you can actually see the CoreSpring and how you can interact with it. And what's fun about this is that I was on a hike and I was out and about. So you can do it anywhere. And that's another great thing. Gets you out of the studio. So here we go. So I'm actually on a tree trunk in Tasmania. And this one is called posture tune-up. It's a seated exercise you could do in a chair, very much like we were sitting just a minute ago. What you're going to see is how I'm using the spring resistance and I'm holding at the loops, on the outsides of the loops, and using the body to leverage and move. So here we go. We're coming up into back extension. You can feel the chest opening, you feel that sternum bone lifting, coming over the lap and to one leg and going to the side. That's going to work the obliques on that side. I'm staying there for a nice deep breath and then coming up from there and going back up into that back extension. Nice deep breath in, coming back, going to the other side. There's a version of this where you can go over both legs as well. Breathing in and out and pulling the belly button upward and inward and coming back up, finishing with that stretch. That's the stretch that when I get up to leave this log, just made the whole rest of my hike amazing. So that's part of how CoreSpring works. You are interacting with your hands and arms and teaching people how to not use their hands, but use their arms is part of the CoreSpring method. And just imagine that 2-minute exercise you did with me, that sort of transformation of how you're thinking about your body and what you just saw me do with CoreSpring, right? We're really talking about embodiment. So the next slide I'm going to show you is just a quote that I want you to just think about embodiment and how you can get there 2 minutes. But imagine if you spent more time with that kind of concept and working with your body in that way. When a woman embodies her strength, she doesn't just lead differently, she lives differently. And I tried to find who created this quote, and I don't know who it was. But this was my story. This is my purpose, my journey to, quote, fix myself. And I have a degree in psychology, so you can imagine that I was really trying to fix myself. But I was more interested in the body, the well-being, the journey to happiness that can happen when my body and my mind are in alignment. So imagine you can take that 2-minute exercise, those 4 concepts, that sample of an exercise that I showed you. I'm going to show you a standing exercise now. And I think that this particular exercise is, I can't explain what it feels like when you're just on a hike or you're on a walk. And of course, being me, I always have my CoreSpring with me. But you have this tool with you that will enable you to move. Sorry for these tech things. So I have the CoreSpring behind me. I actually it's right across my chest. I wanted to show you how you can just move. It will enhance everything that you're doing. It creates a beautiful resisted stretch. So stretching is something that people consider to be boring. I mean, most of the time my clients are like, I'm not stretching, I'm not doing anything. So CoreSpring has created this sort of compliance, if you will, for my clients, because not everybody's like me. Not everybody wants to do stuff at home so they can feel better. But part of this lifetime lifestyle that now CoreSpring has enabled me to share with people, give you the ability to anywhere, anytime, whatever you're wearing. I've done it with people in offices. I've done it with people with wedding dresses. You name it. Going to a party, you're in a dress, right? You want to get your posture to open up. You use CoreSpring to do that and are good to go. So in my membership, I have good to go. So they're 3, 5, 10, 15-minute mini routines that you can do standing or sitting. You can lie down on your bed. They're anywhere, anytime tune-ups that you can do on a daily basis. And I find with my clients, when they do these tune-ups on a daily basis, when they come in or when they go to the gym, when they come in to see me or go to the gym, they are pain-free. They are strengthening. They're moving to the next level. That's what this is about. Get to the best version of yourself. Move to the next level with a lifestyle change that also offers a workout where you can get incredible core strength and back strength and tone. So what I have for you guys for this event is a special offer that I'm going to share with you right now. This offer is a 30-day challenge. So imagine you take those 2 minutes, those exercises I just showed you, and you do them for 30 days in a guided program. This is our 30-day challenge. Just expand this. So in 30 days, you get a foundation mastery kit, which comes with all of these items. The standard CoreSpring that you saw in the videos, a booklet with step-by-step instructions, a 7-part challenge that you can do anytime, anywhere, that walks you through the exercises that are in the booklet and helps you understand the techniques and the method. So it's most effective. You get 2 extenders if you're over 6 feet tall, or you want to share it with somebody who is. You get a mesh backpack that keeps it all neatly kept together and travelable. Is that a word? And a multi-sleeve option. So the colors that you saw, the different colors, do not mean it's a different resistance. It's a style choice. It's an accessory. This is usually a $1,297 package, and for you, for SheRises, it's $997. So make sure you click the links below, get your free gifts from me to you, And please take advantage of this incredible offer for you for SheRises. My name is Charlyn Huss. I am the co-creator of the CoreSpring apparatus and creator of the CoreSpring method, and I really appreciate your time. It's been amazing to spend this time with you, and you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.